It's an honor to be invited to be here. My name is Emmanuel. I'm from Ghana. I'm a Ghanaian by birth, but Ugandan by tradition. And not COVID. You know, it's exciting to meet the Human Resource Association once again. Quite some of you have met. We've met Joseph.
Yes.
And then, now tell me, Moses, how come you're always the president? Is it that, you know, has it brought into it? Anyway, but I think for me, this is one of the most COVID, like just like how Gloria said. By the way, Gloria, I hope you are paying tax on the money that you are lending to your people. It's very important. That's why. And I'm sure Dennis will help you to know how to deal with these microfinance people, because it's quite challenging. But I think, like Gloria said, well, if there's one thing that COVID has done, COVID has really brought your institution to the fore, human resource. Because everything happening, oh, by the way, Bob, how you doing? Everything happening in our world today is a clear indication that people matter. And where people matter, then human resource is extremely important. So the question that we need to ask ourselves is, where do we fit at the moment? And to do that, we are looking at what are some of the critical factors or trends that are shaping the direction of HR. Globally, but more importantly, domestically, as far as our environment is concerned. In other words, as far as the context within which we are operating is concerned, what are some of the key things that we need to pay particular attention to? And within the shortest time that I have, I just want to draw your attention, of course, because within 30 minutes there's not much that we can do, but I just want to highlight a few of the things that we have to pay our attention to. I've been in this country, I think this is my 3rd year by way of operation, but living consistently here, this is the first time I've spent almost about 9 months in the country. And there are a lot of observations that I've made, and so in my presentation, I just want to draw your attention to some of these things. Because in every country, if the country is going to be developed, just like we have in companies, we say that the people are the assets of the company. Today, that is extremely important. The question then is, how do we channel that asset to ensure that either the country or the business becomes that kind of business that we want it to be? Now, the focus has been, how do we ensure that HR can help the company to maintain a solid relationship between top management, productivity, and all of that? Are we still going to go along the same trend? Or we're going to have to ask ourselves, how do we now make the company become not just, profitable, but more of attractive to the customer? And in making the company more attractive to the customer, the HR has a critical role to play. And that means that we are going to have to look at our employees, the people we call employees, more as clients rather than employees. So if we look at them more as clients, then whatever we are doing for the client outside, COVID-19 is telling us that those are the things that we must do to our employees now. And just to draw your attention, talk about a few things that the COVID-19 has done for us. Number one, we all agree now, just like Gloria was saying, there's massive unemployment. If you read the literature, in America right now, Starbucks is almost closing about 400 stores. Walmart is laying off people. It's scary all over the place. I don't know the statistics in Uganda, how many people have lost jobs and what have you, but COVID has drawn our attention to the fact that massive unemployment has become one of the key things. What does that mean? It means there's no job security now. Number two, there's a movement, a greater emphasis on digital skills. Yes, it's good to know what to do, your accountant, your finance guy, and all of that. But how digitized are you? That's one of the things that COVID-19 has told us. Then there's a premium for innovation, creativity, and strategic thinking. These are key things that as HRs we need to focus on. How do we ensure that we create the environment, we create the culture, we create that enabling environment for our, what I call our internal clients, or how do we get our people to become entrepreneurs, so to speak, entrepreneurs, so that the best in them, the creativity in them can become. Then there is a shift from career to talent. People are no longer looking for, you came from university with 2 degrees, with this certificate and all of you. How much can you do? What talent do you bring to the table? And these are the key things that HR will need to be focusing on. So in doing so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to highlight some of the things that I believe that we need to focus on now. Look at remote working, for example. Remote working now has become one of the most challenging factors for many organizations now. Why? Because in Africa, we're not used to remote working. If you go to the developed countries, this is, is something that is not new to them. But here, I shudder to think that most of us here, we have struggled even before, just within COVID,